G'day, Scruff here. Thanks for dropping by. Now today I'm just going to run a short little video on how I use my backpack weed sprayer and how to use it safely, of course. Alright, we'll get straight into it. Now, we've got my old mate Chook here, puffing away on a billy. He's always there, keeping a bit of an eye on me, make sure I do things right. Hopefully it'll work well. Alright, we'll push on, eh? Now, first thing, of course, is safety. Yeah, you got to look after yourself. Make sure there's no little kids around. There's no little kids here today because we're using poisons. Now, these gloves are designed for chemical gloves. And of course the goggles, in case we get a little bit of splash. The chances of getting a splash are pretty limited. I mean, you can't see through these things, but they'll stop the splash if I do have an accident. So we'll push on, eh? Now, first thing, of course, is mix the poison. Now, these poison people, they spend millions of dollars on research and development trying to work out how to protect the environment and how to kill the weeds appropriately and correctly without damaging anything else. So, first thing is, whatever product you get, make sure you read the details on how to protect the environment and how to make the right mixture. These people know. Don't get adding a little bit here and a little bit there, a little bit extra. That ought to do it. Exact amounts is the way to go. They know what they're doing, and they're smarter than us. So I always stick to the limitations and their specifications. Alright, what we'll do is move on. Now, for the exercise today, what I've done is fill this up already, about half, cut the time down on the video. Now, what I've done is measured it exactly. This is a 15 litre container. It actually holds a little bit more than 15 litres. I've got a little mark there which indicates about the 15. I like to fill it up to about there. So what we do is I first mix the ingredient into a half a bucket of water. Gloves on, of course. Now, like I said before, I've put this in here, brought it up to there. That's the mixture in there with the poison. So what I do is pour that bucket in there from the scratch, and that brings it up to that level. Then all we do is top her up with a bit of water, of course. This is where you must be careful. Now, you may not have the luxury of having all this updated equipment. This 44 gallon drum here, it's about the same age as me. But the idea of it is it's got holes in the top, none in the bottom. So if I do have a spill, what will happen is it'll run into the drum and it'll trap it and I can deal with it. So what we do is use this elaborate bit of equipment here and push the hose right down to the bottom. That way you're not getting the froth and it comes out the top, overflows. Fill her up to the desired level. It's a bit like the beer drinkers. They don't like too much froth on the top of their beer. The expert bartenders will put the beer inside a glass, fill it up and give a little bit of head on the top without it overflowing. That's what you want to do here. Bring it up to about that level. Leave a bit of a gap in the top so that the material can slosh around. Drain that off there. Put it back in there. This is critical. A lot of these things have got a rubber seal there on the filter. Some have got them on the lid. Make sure that's in the proper place and secure. Always screw it down very tightly. And it's going to make an idiot of me right here and now. gloves are a bit hard to manipulate. Screw it down tight as you can get it with the rubber seal in it, because when you put it on, if it's not tight, it'll run down your back. Not real comfortable. Now, the applicator, this is a pretty good one. You can turn this to have a nice fan spray, or you can turn it around to have a jet. It's a good little gun with this applicator on here. Now the lever, of course, you just pump it to bring up the pressure in the tank every few seconds, probably 8 seconds or so, but just pump it to the desired level until you got enough pressure. If there's nothing coming out of here, you haven't got enough pressure, or it's empty. So I like to use the left hand for the pump and the right hand for the gun, and you just spray at will. Now, a couple of things to remember, of course. Don't spray on a windy day. A couple of reasons for this is that the product doesn't have time to be absorbed by the plant if it's blowing a gale, and two, you may have the poison blow where it shouldn't be onto other plants, and you're wasting product, so you'll be doing it all again. And keep away from waterways. We don't want this sort of stuff running into the waterways, killing the fish or the dolphins or the little critters that may drink in it. And be careful where you spray it. Generally, we want to save a few of these little critters for the grandkids down the track. So that's about it, I guess. Now, when you're finished, what I like to do is clean it out, rinse it out, and tip it upside down if you're not going to use it for a while, so it's thoroughly dry. Especially some poisons, the granular ones, if you mix them up, they build up a bit of a sludge and they get into all the mechanisms, and it doesn't work quite so well. So there you have it. Glasses off maybe, so I can see what I'm doing here. Happy spraying, safe spraying. In the meantime, if you'd like to get on the old Google machine, type in Scruff's Timeless Tales or Aussie Scruff's Poetry, Scruff's Bush Poetry, and of course you can download the audio. There's 24 tracks there. Spread them among your mates, eh? And spread the word. In the meantime, just keep it real and tell it how it is, eh? Thank you. Well, looks like I've done a bra strap here, and I'll fix that up later.